We paved paradise and put up a 6-foot asphalt trail.
Candidate for County Commissioner Heather Harley-Davidson speaking out against a proposed trail. Liz Ryan reports.
The controversial 3.5-mile asphalt trail to be built in St. Augustine South, which will actually be 8 feet wide. There was over 2 hours of public comment at the meeting, mostly against it.
We don't need this trail to kill all the environment and the little animals.
The ultimate result is a trail with scrub brush, falling branches, dead and dying trees, and cracked asphalt, as I see in Vale Point Park.
Such a road right in the middle of our park is asking for trouble.
That's an estuary all out there. It's going to leach the oils out of asphalt into the estuaries, and everything's already struck.
I foresee never-ending repairs and maintenance resulting. Taxpayers will be responsible for maintenance and repair costs.
Please don't pave paradise.
People don't want it. It's not needed.
I'm totally against the trail.
Come July 1st, we have a tropical storm or a hurricane. All that tonnage of fill ends up in the Matanzas River.
Some spoke in favor of the trail.
There is a war going on in St. Augustine South. It's like the war against good versus evil. I'm pro-trail, so I don't know if I'm good or evil.
We're very excited and look forward to the enjoyment of this trail for ourselves, our neighbors, and more importantly for our children and all our future generations.
Very pro-trail. I have 2 young children. It would mean a lot for us.
Many who came out against the trail said they'd be in favor of a sidewalk instead. Commissioner Krista Joseph made that suggestion and got a big reaction from the audience. Chair Sarah Arnold put a stop to that.
Is there any way to make it a sidewalk instead?
Folks, no. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll refrain from any of that or you'll be asked to leave the building.
This is in Commissioner Roy Alamo's district, and he explained his yes vote.
For me, number one priority is public safety.
And he made a motion
to award bid to CGC Incorporated and to execute a contract at a total project not to exceed bid price of $1,801,732 for completion of the specified project.
And the Shore Drive Trail moves forward, with Krista Joseph being the lone no vote. For St. Augustine's Local Morning News, I'm Liz Ryan.
This local news is a service of your hometown Toyota dealer, Beaver Toyota US 1 St. Augustine, here to wow you.
This land is important to the work of the ARC volunteers. They do an extraordinary job with wildlife rehabilitation.
Efforts to protect an Anastasia Island property from development got a major boost this week.
This land is important to the work of the ARC volunteers. They do an extraordinary job with wildlife rehabilitation.
Efforts to protect an Anastasia Island property from development got a major boost this week.
It appears the 10-acre property next to the ARC Wildlife Rescue will be put into conservation, something resident Elizabeth Smith supports.
My concern would be for the preservation of the wetlands that are existent on the property. I think there's about 2 acres of wetlands, so I would want to know how those wetlands would be treated and what percentage of the land would be dedicated to retention pond. Also concerned for any kind of impact to the local wildlife there.
St. Augustine Beach Mayor Dylan Rumrell agrees, however, it's not entirely his call as the property sits in unincorporated St. Johns County.
In my mind, I think it would be great to put it into conservation, to kind of get an MOU with the county if it does go into conservation for us to use it and to keep maybe 5 acres to add to our retention and then keep the other 5 just natural the way it is.
Commissioner Henry Dean says the plan has his support too.
This project is scheduled before the Planning and Zoning Agency. The PZA makes recommendations to the County Commission. Keep your eye out for when it will leave the PZA Thursday with a recommendation, up or down, and then it will be scheduled to come before the County Commission for a final vote.
For St. Augustine's Local Morning News, I'm Daryl Moody.
Has been a priority of mine to make sure we're staying ahead of trends, schemes, frauds, and making sure Floridians have that information in a timely manner to protect themselves.
During National Consumer Protection Week, Florida's Attorney General Ashley Moody is bringing attention to rooftop solar scams.
According to Attorney General Moody, the statistics are daunting about the recklessness in the rooftop solar industry.
Since 2019, our office has experienced an increase of over 700% in complaints regarding residential solar installation. Rooftop solar is a booming market. That is no surprise. According to an industry group, installations grew by nearly 50% in the first quarter of 2023. Residential solar grew by a staggering 1,000% over the last 5 years.
Moody does agree there are good faith players in the solar industry, but those that aren't could bleed you dry.
Complaints in our office, we are seeing consumers reporting costs exceeding $100,000. If consumers are not careful, they may lose that much in an upfront payment or loan obligations for work that never gets completed.
Among the most vulnerable are the elderly and veterans. Moody says the bad players in the solar industry are also damaging homes and triggering liens to be placed on properties because of incomplete work. However, Moody says there is a resource to help guide you in the right direction.
If anyone is interested on the more common scams, you can go to myfloridalegal.com/scams@a-glance.
Florida Attorney General Ashley Moody says her office took legal action against 3 deceptive solar companies just last year. For St. Augustine's Local Morning News, I'm Karen Johnson.
And now you're up to date with St. Augustine's Local Morning News. I'm Rich Carroll.